So this is very much a humbling experience, and I renew my heartfelt thanks to those who believe me worthy of this opportunity to share some brief remarks with you this morning. I would like to start by honoring the lives of the 117 souls lost on the night of October 3rd. I considered asking for a minute of silence in memory of these victims, of this innocent families massacred in Pont-Sondé. A minute of silence in memory of these innocent children, women, and men that were sacrificed, ripped from their families, ripped from their communities, ripped from their dreams, from their right to love, their right to live, and their God-given aspirations. I also meant to ask for a minute of silence and solidarity with the tens of thousands of our compatriots that are currently the victims of a state-led discriminatory operation and are being deported in flagrant violation of their basic human rights. Silence in memory of those who are shot to death, beaten to death, humiliated to death, starved to death in the process. But I will ask instead that we celebrate the lives they had, celebrate their last laugh, their last kiss, their last hopes, celebrate without apology their humanity. In the face of racism, in the face of xenophobia, in the face of barbary, we shall never stay silent, not even for 1 minute. When they want to bury us alive, when they want to bury us in shame, when they want to bury us in guilt, when they want to bury us in grief, we stand up. We show up. We speak out. We shout out. And we always take a stance. In Springfield, Ohio, like in Santo Domingo, we will not stay silent. We will not stand by as infant children are separated from their breastfeeding mothers, as young girls are dropped overnight alone on a border. We will not stay silent because history is taking notes, and we owe it to those who came before us to rise together and uphold our sacred, hard-won dignity. We can't allow ourselves to stay complacent and shut down our inherent power to demand and enact positive change. See, we are a people molded by incommensurable pain and even greater joy. Like many women here, I still wake up in torpor, tormented by the oppressing sound of the waves hitting the flank of the slave ship that carried my great-great-great-grandmother from the west coast of Africa. Over the past 300 years, my maternal lineage has been soiled by rape and deceit. The associated trauma transmitted from generation to generation by the women in my family is intricately woven into the very story of our country, where the imprint of spoliation and abuse of our women, of our land, continues to transpire through centuries. But like each and every one of you, my bloodline is also connected to the triumphs of our nation. The courage of our ancestors lies at the root of our soul and shapes the architecture of our being. It is this duality that defines us as Haitian women, the capacity etched into our DNA to carry the memory of oppression alongside the decision of self-determination, to be the guardians of a fragile yet eternal flame of freedom, a flame always, always, always threatened by the tropes of racism, of xenophobia, but oh so capable of resistance, of revolution, of self-realization, if we stand up for it, if we show up for it. I chose to show up, to be a minister and serve my country. I chose to accept the offer extended to me to be of use in this time of need, because I am convinced that this juncture is one of the most important and defining moments of our contemporary history. I believe that the headways, the reforms, the foundation we lay, or lack thereof, will define the rest of our course in this 21st century. As we tackle an unprecedented humanitarian crisis with half the population food insecure, 700,000 people internally displaced, and all 12 million of us held hostage by 2,000 bandits, We are also faced with the imperative of leaving our institutions, our country, in a better state than we found it. When the time will come to pass the leadership on February 7, 2026, to a democratically elected government, I trust we will be able to look at them head high, eyes locked, and tell them that we did our best, that we cared for our people and our institutions with dedication, with integrity, and unwavering loyalty, that we contributed to reigniting Haiti's power, that we reminded our people and the world of our inalienable truth, that we are men and women born from the ribs of Jean-Jacques Dessalines and Claire Heureuse Félicité Bonheur, that our genesis is also our destiny, that however sinuous, however tragic, however dark our path may be, we have and we will always find our way to dignity, our way to liberty, and our way to each other. In a world where injustices abound, we cannot afford to stay silent. Each of us here today carries the responsibility to stand up against misogyny, stand up against racism, to stand up against human rights violations. Together, we ignite our power by amplifying our voices, and we reassert each and every day that we too belong, that we will not back down, that we will not make ourselves smaller, less Haitian, less female, less black. We will not dim our light, and that together we can stay strong and we can strive. Elta Pascal Trouillot once said, "To be a woman is to be a warrior." These words resonate deeply as we reflect on the battles that we must fight, not only for ourselves, but for all those who face oppression, all the voiceless, all the Haitian ladies without a network, for the too many of our sisters that are left to fend for themselves. We know from the women who fought before us for suffrage, for civil rights, for equality, that they did not have the luxury of silence. They marched, they protested, and they demanded change. They must inspire us to continue the fight. As warriors, we must honor their legacy by standing firm, united in our own battles today. We must call, write, post, tweet, march, sign petitions every day and unapologetically. Igniting our power means recognizing the interconnectedness of our struggles, recognizing that when one community is oppressed because they are Haitian, we are all targeted, we all suffer. This is why, alongside you, I commit to continuing creating spaces for dialogue and empowerment. Because you see, they want us to think that the enemy is within us. They want us to fight among ourselves. They want us to stay distracted, overwhelmed, discouraged. They want us to doubt each other and to doubt ourselves, when we should know, beyond hesitation, we should always remember that the secret formula to igniting our power, our very own open sesame, lies proudly in front of us on our flag. L'union fait la force. Our power is just these 3 words away. Our demise is in our silence. Merci, merci en pile. Aïe, bobo.